Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another A4 practice. BrotherLeb was just visiting myself, so he is now back from visiting myself, and we are ready to get rolling for another show. So let's start with a briefing, shall we? Welcome back, pilots. It is 8:54 p.m. on Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. We are doing a show at Adana. BrotherLeb with the weather briefing.
Yeah, so weather as of, what is it, usually 13:58 local, winds are calm. Clouds are few at 12,000. They're very few. I think they were scattered 12 before. They're few now. Temperature 20, dew point 0, altimeter 299 no amplifying remarks.
Our altimeter is 29R2, corrected altimeter 29R85 for a corrected center point elevation of 0 feet. We will split out of chocks and take opposing runways for the individual takeoff maneuvers, followed by the opposing knife edge, followed by the show as briefed. I don't believe that we planned to make any adjustments after last time. Am I correct on
Not
that?
that I recall.
Alright, so it's just get up there and do what we gotta do. Is there anything else that you would like to cover before we get started?
I don't think so.
All right, well, let's do this thing then. Ready break and chariot switch inputs.
Lip.
All right, folks, I'll be back shortly. Hello, how copy?
Unclear.
Awesome. Okay. I have a thing that's at the bottom of my screen I can't get rid of, so that's unfortunate.
Huh.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I had it for a second. Sorry, I gotta do this. Otherwise, it's gonna bug me the whole night.
That's fine. I'm taking a little bit longer to load because I cleared my FXO and meta shaders because I wasn't sure I'd done it last time.
Oh, come on. I know you want to. Son of a bisquick. Alright, well. I'll let this. Well, hold on. How do you get back to the menu? It's Hey. Look at me being smart. Alright. Launch DCS. Bridges. You can hear me, so I don't need that.
Yep, I can indeed.
Like, access the controls by using the thing below the menu, and I'm like, with what? I don't use controllers. It's my... I wish that you could do hand controls in the PC environment.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But alas. You cleared FSO administrators after last time?
I couldn't remember after the last update if I'd done it, so I just decided to do it.
Let me know the server's up.
Will do.
Okay. Oh boy. You were watching All the President's Men, and it's such an intense movie for just a movie about
Yeah.
people talking.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's so good, dude. Robert Redford
Who's in
and
it?
Dustin Hoffman.
Right.
It's so good. I think you and Catherine would love it.
Redford's the president, right?
No.
Who,
This
Hoffman's
young...
president?
Yeah. No, neither of them are president. It's about
Who's the president?
Watergate.
Oh, it's about Watergate.
It's about the reporters who reported on Watergate.
Uh-huh.
It's really, really good.
I hope this is the same IP address. I don't have a way to guarantee that it is. Okay.
Well, you just tell me what the last 3 digits are. That will help.
Oh, too late. I started the server. See
You
if
can
he's
see
going to
it
connect.
in the
Once I
briefing
get in.
screen.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try and join anyway, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, looks like it worked. I think.
Great.
Go away for a week and you never know what's gonna happen.
I mean, I had to update my bridge IP thingo again.
Oh, weird. My connected just fine.
Well, I had to update it, and I did. So you should have been able to
Oh,
connect
right.
fine because
Okay.
I updated it.
Because the router IP is what bridge needs. Your like intranet IP, and then the external IP is what I need.
All
And
right,
those
cool.
can change. Well, I don't know.
Here we are.
I am in. What? Apparently not in enough. Great. I just loaded a whole part of the map I don't need. I'll be carrying that load for the rest of the mission. Alright. Let me see what we got on the stream. I got you, you got me. They can hear me, they can hear you. We're good to go on that end. Yeah, chair's ready for unpause.
All right, I'm pausing in 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Sound. Every time. Oh, shit. Headphones and 100. Okay. Gosh, no. Just turned up the TACAN volume like an idiot.
Sometimes I do that just to make sure that it's connecting, but it has worked so consistently. I don't know why I keep doing it.
It's a good check if you're gonna do an actual set of checks.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I think I'm going to make more mistakes in this one than I did in the one where we took 3 weeks off.
Probably.
We'll see what happens.
But I think it'll be better than the last one.
Hopefully.
Alright, let me know when you're ready for start.
Alright, Chariot is ready for start.
Stand by that ground power.
Chariot.
Ground power in 3, 2, 1, on.
Chief, turn on the ground power. Copy.
That's hilarious.
Ground power is now on.
Oh.
Alright, stand by the starter.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1, start. Stand by the ignition.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1, start. Over your brakes.
Chariot's got a good light off. Thank you for the brakes call.
Oops, got good light off. And stand by idle. 3,
Chariot.
2, 1, park. And let's stand by the slats.
Chariot.
In 3, 2, 1, mark.
Good slots.
Good slats. And my lenses are smudged. Nothing I can do about it now, though.
Same.
Alrighty, stand by that ground power.
Chariot.
Ground power off in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Chief, turn off the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now off.
Stand by the canopy. 3,
Chariot.
2, 1, mark. Alright, startup complete.
Chariot's up, freak on 1.
Got nothing on 3.
Chariot's up, freak on 1.
Still just you in Discord.
Alright. Double check your switches.
Oh, you know what? I'm on the wrong switch. Try again.
Chariot's up, freak on 1.
What's up, Creek?
Chariot's up, guard, com 2.
What's up, guard?
Takeoff checks.
What?
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 138. Check your altimeter set 2985 for a corrected, uncorrected center plane. Sorry, a corrected center plane elevation of 0 feet. Check your smoke station is armed. Check your master arm is on. Check your lights are on. Check your stab on is on. Check your fuel. Lights out.
Lab. Good afternoon, Chariot updated. Winds are calm. Clouds few, 12,000. Temperature 20, dew point 15. Altimeter 29902 for a corrected altimeter of 2985 and a corrected center point elevation of 0 feet. Density altitude of 82 feet. You're cleared left out of chocks and hold short to tree.
Thanks, Lab. Cleared to taxi. Hold short to tree. Solos. We're cleared to taxi. Check parking brakes off. Chariot's parking up to 70%. We don't have parking brakes. Off. Brakes now. Chariot's come left. See ya.
See ya.
Solos. Switching 8, com 1. Chariot's up 8, com 1.
What's up, big calm?
Chariot 2985 set to 0 feet barrel out.
Lab.
Stand by the flaps. Flaps. Check your flaps up. Chariot's flaps down. 3, 2, 1, 1 degree up. Barrel out.
Lab. Flaps up. You got 2 degrees up. For correction, 1 degree up. Barrel.
You all good over there?
No, there's a mode selector switch to the right of your stick. I need you to tell me what o'clock position the little pointer is on.
A-firm, let me hold short and I'll do it.
Left.
In case you're wondering, stream, this is why the SOPs are so important, because I could tell that he wasn't okay. So I was able to determine right then and there that something was up. Chariot's holding short 2 tree.
Left.
Mode selector switch 11 o'clock, reading step single.
Leb confirms passing. Charlie, thanks. That switch will cause the, if it's in Ripple or one of the other modes, it'll cause the smoke to turn on, off, on, off, on, off whenever you turn it off.
That's no fun.
Nope. I noticed it on a test flight.
Well, good you got that. Yeah, that's what we're finding out right now.
Chariot Leb's entering Delta. Let's roll it for Adana.
Chariot's rolling. Airboss, Blue 5, taking runway 2 tree for immediate takeoff. Chariot's entering 2 tree.
Let's hold short 05.
Chariot's rolling. Airspeed's alive. See ya. Chariot's clear.
And let's roll. Ready.
There's the boy.
What's on top, 6 Chariot?
Chariot, continue.
Stand by.
Nice. Good work. That's a good one.
Smoke off. Clear.
Chariot's clear. 5.5. Applying the crowd, setting up the opposing knife edge.
Leb's clear. 1 mile mark. Setting up the knife edge. Controls feel good. .5. 4 miles.
Lemon ready beam.
Beam.
Lemon ready to take mark.
Dig it.
Stand by, market. Chariot stand for left knife edge.
What's the weapon I bet?
Late again.
10 seconds. Mark, little ahead 400. Three miles. Mark 370. Miles, mark 400.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contacts off. Ready, hit it!
Clear.
Seriously. He's full. Rolling out. Seriously, and clear on the ground for the opposing inverted.
Left.
Whew. No idea where that hit was.
.5. Mark.
A little ahead, so that's fine.
4 miles.
Preliminary beam.
Beam.
Preliminary, take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Chariot stand for the right inverted.
Was it right inverted?
Oh, yeah. He's super
10
late.
seconds. Mark on time 37.
37, Jesus.
Sorry about that. 2 miles. Mark 1.
Ready, hit it!
Contact.
Smoke on. Comes the roll. Pull. Smoke off. Rolling out. Cheers clear and clear on the crowd for the opposing limit.
Let's go. .5. And 4 miles.
Preliminary beam. Preliminary take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Chariot stand for left limit.
Lives in the left limit. Seconds. Mark on time 3.
Inbound sucked today.
3 miles. Mark 400. 2 miles. Mark 395.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact added up. Ready, hit it. Push. .45. And vertical 4.6. .45. Horizon, now 9-1, contact horizontal.
Contact.
And set. Ready, hit it.
Clear.
Comes the pull. Smoke off. Translator. He's full. Rolling out. Translator and clear mother ground for the Fortis coming right, hook coming down.
Contact.
He's in lots of pull. 340. Rolling out some bank 320s, more power. A little pull. $300. $280. He's in the pull. Rolling out. Adding power. Slows him on the crowd. Send up the Fortis. Checking my lights on. 275.
Leb, you got 2 Chariot.
Chariot. Adding more power to 60. He's in a little power, and we're coming right. Coming further right comes the pull. A little more pull. Or a hand turn for the Fortis.
Leb.
Yeah. All day. We're high. He's in some pull. He's in the pull. Rolling out the Fortis inboard to outboard major.
Leb.
Chariot set and rolling in.
Clear.
Stand by the gear. Gear's broken. Adding power. Center point, coming back right. Comes the pull. Adding a little power, stand by the gear. Hook. Trace rolling out.
No gear.
Ease the pull. Rolling out. Trace clear. BrotherLeb will need to re-rack.
Yeah, I think we are. Let's just reset.
Chariot. Damn. Say again?
Got you loud and clear.
Chariot's Lima Charlie as well. Check your lights are on. Actually, I'll do a whole check here. Hold on. Just gonna run it back. Takeoff checks.
Leb.
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading at tree 20. Check your altimeter set 29 or 85 for a corrected center point elevation of 0 feet. Check your smoke station is on. Check your master arm is on. Check your lights are on. Check your stabog is on. Check your fuel. Lights out.
Leb.
Correction. Check your landing light is on.
Lights on.
Check your flaps. My flaps are down. Yeah, my flaps are down. 321, 1 degree up, barrel out.
Flaps 1 degree up, barrow out, and check your slat.
Chariot slats confirmed locked.
Left.
Chariot's holding short 2 tree.
Let's hold short 05.
Chariot is powering up and rolling 2 tree. For individual takeoff maneuvers, followed by the Fortis.
Left.
Chariot's taking 2 tree. Chariot's rolling. Airspeed's alive. See ya. Chariot's clear.
Left rolling. Ready. Smoke. Leb's on top, 6-5.
Chariot, continue.
Stand by. Smoke.
Chariot's clear. Leb, do you want to bliv it?
Yes.
Alright, Chariot's clear and clear among the crowd for the opposing bliv it.
Let's clear for the blivet. Thanks for thinking of that. Three miles mark. .5. 4 miles.
Owner your beam. Owner take mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Chariot's in for the left bliv it.
Up to the left, blivet. Seconds. Mark on time 400.
Nice.
Three miles. Mark 395. Two miles. Mark 400.
Smoke on. Contact added up. Ready, hit it. Push. .45. And vertical 5-0. .45. Horizon, now 96 powers idle contact. And set. Ready, hit it! 2, 3. Clear. Comes the pull. Smoke off. Clear.
Clear.
Is pull. Rolling out. Cheers clear. And climb on the crowd for the Fortis. Coming right. Hooks coming down.
Contact.
Is and lots of pull. 350. $320s and more power. A little pull. 310. And we're rolling out. Souls up on the crowd, setting up the Fortis. Checking the lights on. 300. $280. Adding power. 275.
You'll have to check.
Chariot. Adding a little more power. We're coming right. Coming further right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Adding a little power. Right hand turn for the Fortis.
Left.
A little further right and a little more pull. Ease in a little power. Ease in the pull and rolling out the Fortis. And more down.
Left.
Chariot set and rolling in.
Clear.
Stand by the gear. Inboard lip. And 60 low. Adding power. Adding more power. A little drive. Center point. We're coming right. Comes the pull. Stand by the gear. Hook. Church rolling out.
Clear.
He's in the pull. Rolling out. Adding power. Sold it on the ground. Setting up the canopy.
Left.
Adding power to 90. And set. He's in a little pull. He's in more pull. We're coming right. Coming further right comes the pull. A little more pull. Right hand turn for the canopy roll.
Left.
He's in some pull. Rolling up some. He's in more pull. He's in the pull. Rolling out. The canopy to canopy roll. A little drive.
Left.
Trade set and rolling in.
Clear.
Spoke on. Up. We go. A little more pull. Okay.
Ease in the paw. Checks for rolling out.
Click.
Smoke off. We're coming right. Coming for the right comes the pull, easing a little power. A little further right, a little more pull. We're right hand turn for the section crossover.
Left.
Coming for the right. And more pull. We're going to have to come back left.
Left.
Roll it out a little bit. It's gonna come quick. Ease in the pull. Rolling through. A little drive. A little more drive. And we're rolling out. Smoke on. 400. Ready, hit. Is pull. Rolling out. Pull to 80. Stand by, roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half. Cheers later, pull to the horizon. Smoke off. Cheers later.
Clear.
Cheers later and clear in front of the crowd rather for the opposing 4 point.
Left. 4 point.
That was terrible.
And 4 miles.
Luminary beam. Luminary, take a mark.
Take.
Stand by, mark it. Church in for the right 4 point.
For the right 4 point. Seconds. Mark 380. Three miles. Mark 400. Miles. Mark 4.
So on.
Contact.
Alex Prof. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Transfer. He's full. Rolling up. Cheers clear and clear with the crowd for the slow roll.
Left. Coming right for the slow roll. Let's turn in 3 miles for the slow roll. Loves in 2 miles for the slow roll. Ready, hit, smoke 'em. Okay. Smoke. Clear.
Cheers clear. 5.7 at 2100 at 380. Circling behind the crowd, setting up the line abreast loop.
Contact.
Adding power to 89. 320, adding power to 90. 325, ease and some pull. 350. 375, adding power to 92. 390, coming for left, a little pull. 410, ease and the pull. Rolling out the letterpress loop.
You got two.
Chariots. Smoke on. Up. We go a little more pull. Vertical 6-1. Ease and the pull. Stand by the boards. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Stand by the boards. Ease and a little power. Up we go. Chariot attach. Chariot attach, boss.
That is cool.
Chariots over the top 8-3 for the Solos 8-point.
What?
Chariots in for the solo 8-point. Ready, hit it! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chariot later. Easeful, rolling out. Chariot later, and clear on the crowd for the opposing horizontals.
What?
2 miles back. Three miles mark. 3.5. 4 miles mark. Preliminary beam.
Beam.
Ready to take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Chariots in for left rolls.
What's in the left? Horizontal. Seconds. Mark a little behind 400. Three miles. Mark 405.
Half a mile ahead again. All at 4.
2 miles. Mark 400.
Talk on.
Contact.
Contact. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Clear.
Chariot layer. Easeful, rolling up. Chariot layer and clear with the crowd for the invert.
Let's go left for the invert roll. And rolling out 340.
Chariot's blind.
We'll find 050 at 330. 3 miles. Smoke is on.
Contact.
Smoke is 320, adding power. Power set 90, 340. We're coming back left. Come in further left, 340. Comes the pole. A little more. Pole, 350. A little more left and a little more. Pole. Easing the pole. Rolling out, little dry.
You got 2 left.
Lab. Little pole. Ready. Hit. Smoke on. A little more dry. Little dry. Ready.
Contact.
Little left, little pull, little further left, little more pull. Stand by the smoke, smoke. Little further left and a little more pull. Power set 90.
You got 2 left.
Left, souls behind the crowd, setting up the section roll.
Chariot.
Ease on the pull. And rolling out. Little dry. We're coming back left. A little further left comes the pull. A little further left and a little more. Pull. This was a left-hand turn for the section roll.
Chariot.
Ease and some pull. Ease and more pull. A little further left comes the pull. Ease in the pull. Rolling out the section roll. Smoke. Up. Up. We go. Okay. Rolling through comes a little pull. Ease in the roll. And we're in a left-hand turn for the fleur-de-lis. A little further left and a little more pull.
Chariot.
A little more pull. Ease in the pull, rolling out the fleur-de-lis. Ease and more pull, little dry. And up we go. We're early and high. Hold it there. Ready.
Ready, roll. Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. He's pull, rolling out. Charles Lear and clear on the crowd for the Dirty Loop.
Left contact.
That was pretty good. Chariot circling 4 miles for a clean loop. And chariot turning in 4 miles circling loop on the runway. .5, 300. 250, 3 miles mark. 200, 2.5 mark. Chariot's going between the stadium and the threshold. Two miles mark. Flaps. Smoke on. Gear. Add it up. Up. We go. A little more pull. Vertical 2-2. Ease the pull. Stand by the board sports. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Stand by the board sports. Ease the pull. Flaps. Gear. Contact. Split off. Sure, it's a convertible.
Okay. Going further, right 310. Power setting. Right 320. 340.
You got too low.
Ease this pull. Ease a little more. 60. Solo.
Chariot 350.
He's in the pole. Loop break off board, Chariot.
Roll ahead.
2 miles, Mark 390.
Roll ahead.
2.5 Mark smoke. And a 3 miles, Mark upwind go, and a 4G Mark. Four point eight. Now 8.9 pounds on. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Roll it. Here's deep. 3 miles, Mark. 2.5, Mark 14. 2 miles, Mark 400. 1.5, Mark 400. 1 mile, Mark 395. Half mile, Mark 400. Smoke.
Church clear. Church clear and clear him on the crowd for the section takeaway break. 400 ease and power. 375.
Okay.
350 adding power. .350 adding power to 90. Coming left. Coming for the left comes the pull. A little more pull. 350. Closer left-hand turn for the section takeaway break. .325. .320. 340. 355. He's on the pull. 400 and roll to the section takeaway break.
You got to
He's in the pull to level. Adding a little power. Outboard level. Smoke on. Little ready, hit it. Ease pull, rolling out, smoke off. Coming right, comes the pull. Ease pull, rolling out. Church leader and clearing in front of the crowd for the section flat past 2 miles mark.
Okay.
2.5 mark. Three miles mark. 3.5. 4 miles mark. Idle. Coming right for the section flat pass. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. Adding power to section flat pass. Power set, 82.
Gotcha.
Chariot, smoke on. Using a little pull. Center point, coming right, easing power, easing more power. Coming further right comes the pull. Step off. A little more pull. Little more pull. And ease in the pull. Roll out. Stand by the flaps, flaps. Ease in the pull. Stand by the trim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Adding power. Power sets. 13, 14. Ease and a little pull. We're coming right. Stand by the gear. Right-hand turn for the section landing. Check your slats around. Ease and a little pull. Ease and more pull. Ease and more pull. Ease and more pull and rolling out. Ease and more pull, little drive. The section landing. Coming easy right. A little more drive. Easing a little power. Easing more power. We're going long, Leb. Rolling out. Easing a little more power. And a little pull. Stand by the boards. A little brakes. Easy brakes. A little more brakes. A little more brakes. Off. Brakes now. Adding power to 60, and we're coming left, give me 2 and trail up.
Left.
Stand by the boards. Stand by the flaps. And the spoilers. Stand by landing light now. We're coming left, give me 2 on the left, on the right wing. Nice flight, Leb.
Come on, Chariot. I realized when you said to check slats on the landing checks that I'd had my spoilers armed the entire time.
Shouldn't have affected anything, but you should be good.
Definitely didn't feel the same landed.
Weird. By the way, I can't really hear you.
Alright, because you got the thing open.
Let me tell you, what was it? The cross was very loud.
Yeah, not bad.
But let go all clear.
Leb is clear.
Chariots coming right, no brakes. Or rather, no gas. And we're coming left, no gas. Stand by right turn for parking. Okay. Little brakes. Easy brakes. 10 feet. Little brakes. Brakes. Stand by canopy and entrance.
Left.
Stand by canopy and entrance. Leb. In 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. Well, damn. That was some. I did really good for a lot of that, but then the canopy came off, and so did my show.
That's debriefing.
Right.
I don't even know where to start.
Coming up from under the hood.
Check, check, 1, 2. BrotherLeb, you got me.
Loud clear.
Whew.
It's very difficult.
That was a
I mean,
hard.
it's always difficult, but that was a particularly difficult one, in my opinion.
I felt like I was doing good, and then suddenly blew the canopy off.
Like I was hanging out by my fingernails the entire time.
Holy man, dude, I gotta tell you. Just adding like 20 decibels of sound really affects your mental game.
Yeah, I imagine.
All right, let's debrief this thing. That was a show at Adana. Major safeties.
Yeah, major safeties. So, I'm just going to take it in show order, even though we did 2 takeoffs and stuff. The second takeoff, I was very close to bottoming out at the bottom of my half Cuban. The blivet, there were conflicting flight paths. The first blivet, was it the second blivet? The second blivet. The second Fortis, I called clear and I wasn't, and so I had to scoot out. I don't know. That was really dangerous. Boppity 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 ba. There's at least another one. Oh, right. I got out ahead of you and did a wing climb during the section landing as well. Yeah, I'll fix my 6 days for next time. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I blew our gear off on the Fortis the first time. I blew my canopy off on the dry clean loop, on the clear for it. I almost ran into you a gajillion times during the form flying after that. And yeah, I'll fix my safety next time. I'm glad to be here.
I forgot one more. Clearing out from the bottom of the dirty clean loop, I almost augured in because I came through the smoke and misjudged my pull-out point.
Oh, jeez.
So, yep, fix that one too. Glad to be here.
Sorry, I just turned on OneDrive and it started uploading a ginormous file, and my bitrate immediately tanked. Give me 1 second to check something. I need to look at our photo library. Not sure. Yeah. Oh no, they all loaded. It's just not like, it's not cycling through all the photos. So I think I need to re-up the folder here.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. We'll live with it. Alright. Let's get to the debrief. A structured debrief. Taxi, no notes.
No notes, taxi.
The first solo takeoff maneuver from me was quite good, though I was not snappy on the roll behind crowd. I was very slow. So this is a B. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. The first one felt good. B. I don't really have any notes for it. It was definitely far from my best, but it was fine. I think I overrolled the second rollout, so maybe B minus.
Alright, knife edge. I called this one really early, it felt like. You're on the
Yeah.
knife edge for a hot minute. Which was fine. But, yeah. And then my clear behind crowd was a little slow. So this is a C.
I was on time to the 4 mile mark, but really slow, and I had problems at the 4 miles pretty consistently in this show. Maneuver inside the box was fine, except for I way overrolled the roll out before the clear. So this is a C minus. Oh, it looks like I'm going to be high on the hit as well. Maybe we'll see what it looks like off the ground.
Alright, the inverted. Yeah, this one was pretty good. I got right to it. Got right to inverted, locked it in, and then we crossed one right. My roll behind crowd was not decisive, and then my push was very slow. So first half was great, second half was hot trash. See, glad to be here.
I just completely missed the 3 mile call on this one. So that's, I guess, a safety. I'll fix that for next time. Glad to be here. Rolling was okay, a little slow in the last like 30 degrees. And then my roll behind crowd was decisive as heck. So I was way early compared to you.
Nice, you did well. I'm sorry.
It's an F because of the safety. Glad to be here.
Blivet number 1.
I climbed a ton though. I need to rudder
did I.
better.
So did I. Blivet number 1 was good. Our hit was right on center point, and our roll-in, like the roll-in timing was good. It was a little bit of a soft drive. Yeah, called everything, saw you over top. I was like, alright, he'll be able to get to me. So I just pointed it to 45 down and locked in and looked up, and you were quite a bit up there, and then called the roll. Rolls were a little unstable, but it worked out. And then pulled out at the bottom. Probably a C minus. I need to drive a little bit more.
Let's see. So same problems with the 4 mile timing. Rolling was good. Drive was good. I was actually just a little bit ahead of you, so I eased because I remember I needed to be pretty far above you to make this work. But then the lineup was wrong. I was not as outboard as I needed to be. So that was a problem. And then big safety. I actually got into a spin. When I was clearing, like that's not a glitch. I actually like the jet was in a spin and I had to recover it. I was able to recover, but I'll fix my safety for next time. Glad I'm still here.
Gosh, that's terrifying. All right,
I've never had to do that before. Like it was very weird. I did what I thought I normally do, but I must not have because it was in a spin.
All right, Fortis number 1. We were a little slow behind crowd. Turning looked good. Plenty of space. Rolling was good. And then we were doing 290. I thought we were under 2. So apparently when you flip upside down in the A4, the airspeed indicator is wrong. because I looked at it and it was below 275 when I called for the gear to go out, and the gear immediately busted. And looking at the TAC view, we were nowhere near that airspeed. So noted for me in the future. The rest of this one was freaking sick. The roll behind the crowd was good. The gear up was good. The clear was good. So it's a safety. I'll fix my safeties for next time. Glad to be here.
This rejoin was pretty good. I was right with you for the turn, which felt good. Hiding the jet really well. I was a little too close on your roll in, but I managed to catch it and I was able to get right in. I saw that your gear was busted. I assume mine was probably busted too. The clear after the center point was good, and I stayed with you for that. And then that's the end of that. That's probably. There are things about this that I want to fix more. I'm gonna say B minus, but I just want to do better at reading your roll-ins and roll-outs. I don't want to have as much wobble getting into position once you get into yours.
Yeah.
Some of that is stuff that depends on you, but there's ways that I can be better at, like not dropping as far back, not working it in as much, not like sinking or ballooning too much. So B minus.
In your defense, my roll-ins were hot trash today. So.
Yeah, but I still got to do my job.
All right. Second solo takeoff maneuver was great. Nice and slow roll. Pancake flat on the clear, and then like a decisive roll to behind crowd and a nice pull. So this one's a B plus. The reason it's a B plus and not an A is because I pulled up without being wings level. So I crossed the runway, and I didn't pull enough early enough on my roll behind crowd, so I sank a smidge. So those are things to work on for next time.
This one was fine. It felt like I needed more backstick to get the thing off the ground than I was expecting. So that already got me kind of in my head about basically the rest of the show. I wonder if it has to do with the spoilers. I'm not sure. Anyway, the roll-in for the actual implement, or the Cuban, the half Cuban, the first one, was good. And the roll out was better. I slowed that down a little bit, and it's easier to actually hit it if I'm not doing a full deflection roll, because it's still plenty snappy.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit of a flat. This one isn't as bad as I thought it was. It's actually not too bad. Yeah, that one's fine. This is another B.
Nice. All right. On to
Blivet.
Blivet number two. I was right on coming into the box. Called the hit on good timing. We hit right over center point. Drive was good. Drove the right amount this time, which is nice. Yeah, saw you a little low. Still cut power because I knew that you had tools. And by the time I hit 45, you're right above me. I called the hit. 3 solid rolls. Locked in on the clear, pulled out, pulled behind crowd. So my inbounds were a little rough. I was brakes and gas a lot. And let's check my angle here. Hello. 45. I'm looking for things to call out. My clear was a little overbanked. B plus. Fix my seats for next time. Glad to be here.
Inbounds were kind of similar problems as the other maneuvers earlier in the show. Rolling in the box was good. Push was good. I was right with you up until we got to what you called your altitude for the vertical, and I was low, and so I just basically carried that low the entire way. I eased off to try to get ahead of you, and then had to bring in a boatload of drive, but I remember what happened last time where I spun it, so I tried to neutralize the stick before I rolled, but I only rolled twice, so that's an F. Not a safety, but an F, because I did not do the maneuver correctly. Glad to be here.
I mean, if you're worried, if you're taking the safe route, I wouldn't call that enough, necessarily. Like,
All right.
yeah. I don't know.
I still feel like I could do this better. D.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of things. There's plenty of good stuff in the first half of it. The second half of it still needs just a lot of work to make it look right and be good.
All right.
And the roll, I need to get 3 rolls. We talked about that, and I need to get 3 rolls. So like at best, D plus.
Okay. Fortis number 2, I was very stressed about the speed, so I kept it extremely low this time, probably too low. So I tried to pull a bunch on my roll-in to compensate, and it looks like I overcompensated. Also, we started coming towards crowd. That was a little bit scary, but I was able to arrest that. Yeah, gear was good, and then we were sinking a little bit, so I was adding power and adding drive throughout the maneuver, which is not ideal. A nice decisive roll behind crowd. And then I called that I was rolling out, and you said clear, and I saw you in my mirror, and I was like, I mean, he said clear, I gotta trust the guy. So I rolled and cleared out. This is a D. It's just a lot of... There was a ton of jockeying in the box, and I need to be more solid on the profile, so D.
Let's see. Rejoin was not as good as the last time, and I wasn't able to get in position as well around the corner, and basically didn't hide the jet, which was a bummer. Rollout was a little better. I caught your roll in a little better, and was okay at the box for the most part. And then the clear was pretty good, and I was trying not to get too far behind you, so I, when you were about to pull the gear in, I was like, oh, he's going to walk away from me if I don't adjust power, so I brought in power, and I brought in too much, and then by the time I had got my hand back on the throttle after flipping the gear lever and had pulled the power back because I were too slow to do brakes without falling, just a few 100 feet above the ground and like less than that over those buildings. You were already calling that you were about to roll out, and I was already out of position. And just out of instinct, I called clear because that's what I say then. And I realized I'm not clear, so I just cleared, rolled out right. But then as I did that, I was like, I don't actually know if I can go there. Like, we're low enough, I could hit a building. I don't know. So I just was like, I hope I don't hit anything. And I went out there. So that's safety. F. Glad to be here. I will fix it for next time.
We are lucky. According to TAC-view, we collided.
When?
On my rollout, according to my TAC-view.
Oh yeah, the
Sorry.
elevator and my wing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my stream is eating poop right now.
Yeah, you're kind of robot-y.
That's
TBH.
weird. Well, it's coming back now.
Yeah. My TAC view, the timing is different, and we don't collide.
All right. Well, hopefully we don't collide in the replay. Otherwise, the rest of the show isn't going to happen. All right. So the canopy to canopy. It just took a long time to set this one up. I needed to ease more pull earlier in the turn so that we dropped altitude. Because the way that it worked is that we were really flat in, which meant that we were slow to go up the hill. My roll-in was good, but I just didn't put enough drive in, and so I dropped. So I did a good yug, but I needed to put some more drive in, because I sank before we went up the hill. Called up we go, and then, called the roll at the right time, and, rolled a little quick, but in the past it's been slow, so I was biasing towards being a little bit faster, and that was too much. And I called that I was rolling out before I called smoke off. So I'm gonna call this a D.
That was actually decent in the turn, and the setup for your roll in. I was like, all right, cool, we're back, collecting things after that mistake, and you didn't sink, and I didn't climb as much, so I was better prepared for when you got inverted. but I must have pulled power or something because I was further back from you than I ought to have been. Yeah, it looks like I pulled a little power when you started sinking. And then I had to basically go mill up the hill and then pull it way back, and that was not the right move. So I got too close, and then I was wide and a beam, and so I was just out for the rest of the maneuver. Kind of worked it back in by the time we'd completed the entire roll, and then I had a wing climb right as you called that you were clearing, and I was waiting for the smoke off call, and then you called that right before you did that, which confused me, but I was already kind of out of position, and I'd had a wing climb, which is a safety. Glad to be here. Fix my safety for next time. F.
All right. The thing that's next. The section crossover. Yeah, I thought that we were going to be lined up wrong, so I brought us back way to the right, and it turns out that we weren't lined up as wrong as I thought. So that's a huge bummer. Yeah, so the lineup was like, goodness, like 5, maybe 10 right or left, according to the crowd. That was horrible. But I just lived with it, once we got lined up. Didn't have time to fix that. My pull to the angle was good. Pull to 80 was good. Rolls were flat. Thank you, Stabog. And pull horizon was good. And roll behind crowd was overbanked to all get out. But due to the complete failure of a lineup, I'm calling this an F. I'll fix my safety. Glad to be here.
I was doing okay in the turn, but still sort of like rattled from the last two maneuvers. Then when you called it, you were going to have to come back right. I was like, okay, we'll see how it goes. And then I just didn't anticipate the power adjustment when you rolled back wings level, which is like I need to bring just a smidge out so I don't come ahead. So I was almost a beam, and then I glad I checked. I head checked to just see how close to center point are we, and then I did, and I was able to pull a bunch of power out because by the time you called ready hit it, I was like nearly a beam. So we almost hit each other on the turn. I was like, I wonder if we're going to hit. I don't know. So that's an F. That's a safety. I will fix that for next time. I need to not do that. If that's going to happen, I need to pull like up and just clear and call no maneuver for myself or do something. Because I could see a possible collision happening and I did not do anything to prevent it. I just flew the maneuver. But fortunately, we didn't hit, and the rest of the maneuver I performed just fine. But the early stuff makes that an F. Glad to be here. Fix my safety for next time.
4 point. I was good on the inbounds, called the hit at the right time, hit 4 nice points, and cleared behind the crowd. Whoa, okay, we hit center point. My inbounds were a little sloppy. I was ahead, then behind, then ahead again. So I need to fix that. And then my clear was not quite level. So I need to work on that. B+.
My inbounds were a little better, though I was slow between the 3 and the 2. A little slow, like 5-10 knots. I can't remember how much. And then my 4 points, my first knife edge rolled a little slower than I was expecting, so I must have adjusted for it because then I way over rolled the inverted, and so that was crazy. And then the second knife edge was just unstable, and the third roll back to wings level was actually just fine. And then the clear was fine, but I was pretty out of sorts and pissed off at that point. This is a D.
All right, slow roll.
Slow roll. This one was better. Setup was okay. I was inverted at the right time. I would think I was basically like wings level over center point. A little early, it looks like. But this one's perfectly acceptable. B.
Yeah, nice. Like one left. That was
Yep.
very good. Good job. All right. Onerous loop. Setup was great. Had good speed. Up we go was good, and it just didn't bring in enough pull early enough. So we went very, very, very high and very crowd left. and that meant that we had tons of speed coming down the hill. So I had to leave boards in for an extra amount of time, and then I had to leave the pole in so that we wouldn't gain too much airspeed and overspeed the jet. So that really screwed up the back end of the profile. This looks like a terrible loop. This is a D because of that.
Okay. Rejoin was pretty good. I just didn't trust myself. I also, like, you were powering up to 92, so I was like, all right, cool, I'll set like 95, so I'm not too much faster, and then I'll just kind of scoot in. And I just couldn't catch you. So then I actually added full power, and then as soon as you started going up, we started going up the hill, then I was overspeeding you, and then I was just kind of on the yo-yo from there. I ended up just being a little sucked and a little below you pretty much the entire way, but I was kind of chasing it the entire way through. So out of position, which is not ideal. And then I was like not sure if my smoke was off in the clear, so I ended up being kind of in a weird position in the sky, but that's fine. Not a huge deal. I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to be like overly harsh with myself, but I'm out of position. Like, I know I can be more in position than that. C minus.
Let's see, the 8-point. The first, like, 4 points were fantastic, and then I overbanked the 5th, and had to kind of like work at that for the rest of the time. Not only were the first 4 points fantastic, this was flatter, which is what I wanted, and I was inverted over center point, which is what I wanted. But then I screwed up on that 5th point and had to walk it all back. So this brings it to C. Moving on to the horizontal rolls. This one felt pretty dang good, except for the fact that I called the hit early, I believe. Looking back at the TAC view, it doesn't look like it actually. We roll 2 rolls and then we cross and we roll 2 more rolls, so I think that's actually like on. Clear was a little bit non-committal and high. So I'll fix that for next time. It's a C+.
Inbounds were actually okay given the geometry problem for getting into these. Just a little slow again between the 3 and the 2. I guess the only thing I'll say is like the hit, I didn't add full power for the rolls, and I think I kind of like yug inputted instead of like just pull up. And so I was very nose low at the end of the maneuver, and I also overrolled it a lot. So this is a D. Yeah, D. It's let's go C minus. Is it? I don't know. It can be so much better. It can be so much better. Like this isn't like baseline. So I don't know. C minus.
Dude, it's cool that we're getting to that point. All right. The invertor.
Inverted Tor, you were having trouble seeing me, so there was a lot of stuff I was doing on the outbound to make sure that you could see me. And I should have just got my head screwed on right. As it was, it ended up being fine. I just had to pull a lot in the turn and ease out the pull a lot, and we were kind of outboard to inboard. But the roll in was a little like under-rolled, a little slow, I think. Let's see it. Oh, why did it pause? Not too bad. It was just a little slow. Yeah, under-rolled. So that needs to be improved. Altitude's dropping a little bit, but didn't want to be too high, and then we stabilized, and then we got the hit, and then I actually rolled right to the 45, which felt good. But then I had to like collect more in the turn than, I don't know, I was again just sort of like behind the jet. But this one is probably a C.
Nice. Yeah, so I couldn't see you forever, but I just pulled to my angle and went full power, and then I'm okay. I want to say it actually really helped if you when you told me your distance because that told me that I hadn't overshot you.
Mhm.
So that was really helpful.
That's why I
Um,
said it. I
yeah,
figured that would help.
that was very helpful. I actually did see you before you smoked on, but you smoked on before I could call that. And then so that was also helpful. So you did all the right things. Uh, I remembered last time I didn't trust myself, and so I like came in like behind you. At this time, I did the opposite thing, and I came in with a head of steam and overshot, and had to drop idle around
Hmm.
the turn, and so that put me behind, and I had to catch up. So that's why it was late for me to call that you had too. But then I matched your roll in pretty well. Didn't match your drive, and had to climb back up and almost crossed behind you. But then I was focused on trying to both hide the jet a bit, but also like get into the actual right spot because I've never been there before for this rollout. And weirdly enough, I maintain altitude on the rollout and you sink. So that's weird. I don't know why that happened. It looks like your nose drops before the roll, which is what you're supposed to do, right? So
Yeah,
I
I
think
always neutralize.
I think I didn't perform this correctly. But based upon my position, I think I'm in the right spot. I just need to actually neutralize the controls, but I matched your roll rate perfectly, and I was able to get to snuggle right in as we were clearing. So this is the best this has ever been, and I would probably call it a B minus because
Nice.
of the rejoin.
Okay, the section roll. Turn was better than last time. I think I prefer what I did in this turn than the one than the last two shows. The lineup is still not right. The heading is fine. But I think I just need to start this thing a little bit further crowd right
Yeah.
because we end up being pretty far cloud left when we're inverted. So I keep trying to do that and just not actually doing what I say I'm going to do. And I think also I actually rolled a little fast. Either I was increasing. I don't know. We rolled through it in the bottom, but we were pretty high still. We had plenty of altitude. We didn't need to roll as fast as I rolled us. So niggly stuff. But this is probably B minus.
Yeah, I got right in and flew good form around the corner, and then, bro, I was locked in pretty well through the roll. This is the best it's ever been in the A4. And like I got a little low at one point and a smidge sucked, but like I was doing all the right power things. I was doing all the right adjustment things. Like I felt on fire. um this is a B. There's a lot more to go. Like a lot more, but like I would consider this to be like I would consider this to be pretty stinking good, even better than like bog standard. Like bog standard, I'd give myself a couple letters, but I was locked in letters the whole time. So yeah, B.
Nice. Flirtily. I'm trying to look at why this happened the way that it did.
That's how far crowd left we are at the roll.
Yeah, I think so. We just ended up being really far left for the
The
setup,
turn was great.
and we were already high, and I didn't want to drive any, and I think it's because of where the trim was set, because the jet felt like I set some trim because of, like I was just like horking on the stick, just like tons of back stick all the time. I didn't want to drive too much, which I should have done anyway. I just should have done it. Like you drive all the time, and I don't really care. In the Hornet, it's more annoying, but in the A4, it's doable.
Not a problem.
So anyway, we went up early, and we just had to delay for a long time, which was dumb. But like I actually performed the maneuver in the box okay. We just end up being like we come right right over center point, so probably just like like half or a quarter mile early. This is a C.
Because I was locked in for the roll, I was pretty locked in for the turn too. Just dropped out a little bit at the 90, and then was able to climb back in. I'm learning some things about how you keep up in the A4. Like, as you're going up the hill, you need like you need to add power, but then as you reach the top of the hill, you have to ease power, and then as lead starts coming back down the hill, you need to add power again.
Yep. It's the most annoying thing for the canopy to canopy, because then I have to be in exactly the right spot once you roll in for that thing.
Yeah. Similar for this, where I have to be line abreast, but I was able to ease it up to line abreast this time, like I do in the 18. So that felt nice, because usually I'm like way behind. And then our brake was pretty stinking great. I didn't drive nearly as much as you, but like our brake angles were decent. I was a little underrolled, so I'll fix that for next time. My rolls were okay. Roll behind crowd was good. I'm gonna give this a C plus due to the in the box performance not being super great.
I'm going to actually upgrade mine to a C plus because my in the box performance was actually pretty good.
Nice. All right. Dirty clean loop. I was on profile for this thing, like all the way in. Had tons of hung out for a hot minute. Was nice and slow. Got the flaps down, gear down, smoke on. Went up the hill, hit vertical at 2,000. And then came down the hill, had plenty of authority to ease off and everything like that. Saw you go by. Thought I was putting my flaps up, or my gear up, but I actually flipped my, what did I think I was doing? I don't know what I thought I was doing. I must have completely missed and hit my canopy lever, because it goes pop at this moment. And then I get flustered for the rest of the entire show. That's enough. Fix my seats for next time. Glad to be here.
I was late. That's basically what happened. I don't know when it happened exactly, but as soon as you turned your smoke on, I knew I was late. And I thought I was early based on the calls you were making and where thought I was in the sky. I guess I should probably look at where I am, but I was doing it based on ground references and stuff. But anyway, I was late. It was about half a mile late, 30 seconds late. Like, you go up the hill and I just see you climbing. It's like, I'm doing everything that I can, but I don't have enough speed to get there in time. I think I need to carry a little bit more speed so it doesn't take me as long to accelerate. I've got a whole profile that I fly in order to allow me to accelerate as quickly as I can, but there are limits to it. And I met them this time. I was pulling the black out of the stick all the way over the top, pulled idle as soon as I passed you so I didn't get too high, added up power on the way back down so I could try to catch you, and then almost died. Came through the smoke, and I was pulling for basically everything I had, at least I thought, but then I came through the smoke and realized that's the ground, and I actually pulled harder and somehow managed to not die. So there's a safety. Fix that safety for next time. Glad to be here. How low did I get? 25 feet.
Yep, that's safety. Good thing I flew this over the runway.
Yeah. So the section loop. You called that you were flying a convertible. So I was like, is he gonna re-rack? Like, I didn't really know what you were doing, and so I got all kind of out of sorts, trying to figure out what that would have, how that was going to affect the show. And I just needed to fly the darn show. So this maneuver was kind of slow and wide in the turn. The setup was okay. We ended up getting back some of that speed, so we actually had the right speed going up the hill. And then I remembered the loops from previously. And I should have set up on the actual show line instead of on the runway, but whatever. And so I was just like, we're pulling real hard. And the profile of these as far as like where our vertical and the, horizon points and things were much more like I think they should be. I needed more pull on the backside. I eased off pull and power because I don't want to come back down the hill too fast, but I do need to pull a little bit more to make the shape work. But the ease was much better. I think I just need to, I hate to do this to you, I think I need to roll faster to the right because we ended up climbing a lot and being in a really weird spot in the sky for the setup of the loop cross. This is a C. Yeah.
So I'm a convertible now. My rejoin was better, but I was still a little conservative, which, given my rejoin for the inverted tuckover, was reasonable. But I had plenty of time to get in, and I more or less did. I was a little behind. By the time we went up the hill, I was doing great up until the vertical, and then you started easing power and pull, and I completely forgot that you do both of those things. I remembered that you used pull but not power, and so I ended up getting ahead of you, and then I was trying to recover it, and then you put in the boards, and then my jet got off profile, and I smoked off, and I was behind the rest of the maneuver. And once again, was not able to practice the bottom of the hill, which is what I need to practice. And then when we were coming back left, something spooked me. Oh yeah, I got ahead of you, and I was worried about our tails my tail colliding with your wing, so I pushed out. And went well clear and was well clear for the rest of the turn. So this is a big fat F, and I'll fix all that nonsense for next time. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so because the setup was bad for this, the turn was kind of crazy and there's a lot of pull and we were outboard. I needed more roll and more pull earlier and I didn't identify it fast enough, so we were outboard and I was just like, we're just going to live with an outboard setup. I'm not going to try and fix this. But because of the angle I took and my poor control, we actually ended up coming back toward the center point anyway, so okay. Up we go was a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
Altitude is just a smidge low for that. Again, profile was better. There's a little bit of left wing down, it looks like, in this particular loop. And then, yeah, we were like probably more like 0.2 right and actually online. Outboards were pretty good. Inboards were less good, but still not too bad. Coming back in, and the half Cuban was pretty good. So this one, I'll give it a C plus. I think if I had actually got the setup right, it might even be into the realm of a B. But because I was fixing problems I created for myself. But like the thing that I flew was actually not bad, even though it should have been bad. So C plus.
Yeah, I was still trying to gather things up in the turn. Finally did, when you rolled out. Your rollout was quicker than I anticipated, but that's totally fine. Just pushed out a smidge and tucked it back in once we got level. I was so far behind the jet at that point, I was not able to understand where we were in the sky, so I wasn't anticipating the rollout. Which is my bad. Up we go was good, and I locked in over the top, better than I ever have. Was ahead of the jet, and so I was adding power at the right points to make sure I didn't drop behind you as we crested over the top, which happens on this particular maneuver because of how the profile works. The brake was good. I was ahead on the outbounds and ahead over the top. What's my altitude over the top compared to you? Yeah, I am a full 1,000 feet below you over the top of that one, so that's not great. But I was able to pull out at the same time as you, and then was a little ahead on the inbounds, looked over my right-hand shoulder, and was able to make a 1 left work. Couldn't hear anything after we crossed, so I just called my clear and continued flying the show. But this is a C. The section tuck under tuck over. What is it? Second tuck over roll? I don't remember what it
Tuck
is.
under brake.
Yes, the tuck under brake. Yes, that thing. Yeah, ease power, did a nice lazy left turn, got us nice and level at like the full 4 miles. Smoked on early, a little bit of pull, good brake and rolls, and good pull behind crowd, good smoke off, good pull in front of crowd. This is the way that it should be. We are more or less on the right altitude, a little high, and I would like to give a little more pull. And I climbed a little bit in the initial pull in front of crowd. This is a B plus fixing any safeties. For next time, I'll be out of beer.
Alright, so the rejoin, I lost sight of you, but then I was able to grab it back. Used altitude, airspeed, and G to get in the right kind of spot, but then was just a little sucked and having trouble getting into the right spot. So then I also wasn't able to hide the jet, and I was actually a little close and nervous about what had happened on the earlier break that goes
The crossover.
like head on, the crossover break. So because of that, I underrolled the roll instead of like normally I just like when you call ready hit it, I like eyes front, just focus on my own like attitude and like just trust that it's gonna work and the spacing's gonna work. But I was like watching you or something and I underrolled it and almost flew into the ground. So that's a safety I'll fix for next time, and I'm glad to be here.
The flat pass. Comms were a little garbled coming right for the flat pass. But then got right onto runway heading, smashed the power, and just stuck it for the rest of the flight in. Yeah, smoked on at 2 miles, pancake flat. Came right, smoked off, I believe, at the right time. Nice ease of power. This one's pretty dang good. I think this is like, I'm going to give this one, like, this is the gold standard of what I'm going to be trying to do in the future. Aside from the calm thing. B+.
I think I've been making adjustments based on like sloppier versions of your maneuvers for some of these rejoins. So in this case, I've been getting further and further behind on these rejoins, even though I'm like trying to tighten my tolerances. And I think it's because because of bad lineups and weird speed things that I was also screwing up for the rejoins, not trusting myself. I've been delaying my turn, but the way that and going idle like you are, but then I end up just being way sucked. And so I'm in this weird tail chase, and it's just hard to get tucked in there. So I was able to get tucked in with plenty of time, but it was just like, I remember rolling out on the heading. I could see where you were, I could see where the heading was, and I was thinking like, all right, cool. And then when we eventually rolled out, I was like, I'm so far behind him right now. I was like, I gotta fix this. Like, that shouldn't have to do that work that hard. So anyway, there's that to figure out. I got tucked in, and then I even called take it in the box because I felt pretty good. And then there was this moment where I looked like I was gonna lose you or something, so I added just a smidge of power, and that's immediately when you started coming right. And when you do that, you pull a bunch of power back, or maybe just a little bit of power back. But for me, I had to pull a lot of power back. So I tried, but I failed. And so you'll notice in the tape, I will smoke off because I get out of position before you smoke off. And so I was basically just ahead of you, and basically the line abreast. You could see it at the 45, and just hanging on for dear life and idle and trying not to fan any boards, and then bring power back in at the right time to not lose you. Yeah, so C minus.
All right, the landing. Everything was going great. The turn was going great. We put in the flaps at the right time. I was ticking trim, and then I realized I never added any power back. We were dropping like a rock even with the trim added, so I added that power, and it was very sudden. And so, yeah, it looks like that dropped you. I knew it was going to, but I was like, gotta save the formation. Otherwise, we're cratering right now. So that sucks. But once we got into the turn, I didn't really have to touch it, and we were still shallow, which is wild. It was such a gentle turn. We are also long on the groove and had too much speed, so we had to add a bunch of drive. And then we had to pull out right at the end to make sure we didn't go kaboomy. Yeah, then buckets of breaks because I realized that based upon what you said last time, which is like, yeah, when you break, I'm fine. I was like, let's test that theory. I want to make the taxiway. So just added a whole fat ton of breaks, and looks like it worked out. Came left and was able to clear off the taxiway. I'm gonna give this a D because of that power thing when we had flaps. Like, it just, I mean, it's a safe thing, but also like I need to be better with the power in that regime. And also I need to pull power once we roll out from this, so that we don't have to have so much drive and have to scoop it out at the bottom of the runway. Like, it's gonna look good on the tape, but there's a lot of things to do to make this safer and more predictable.
Yeah. Much appreciated all that stuff. So I basically got the stick in my lap in this turn because we're slow, and I don't know why, but I just feel like I need so much back pressure in the last couple of shows that I didn't need in the shows before, and I don't know why. I checked; it's the right profile. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I added trim to relieve some of the control pressures, but that meant that when you started trimming, I had to bring it back out to match you and then find it. So there's a wing climb that happens as a result of that. Also, I think I was anticipating the power add that you did not do, and then I was just chasing the power basically the rest of the turn, and it gets like the oscillations get steadily narrower as I kind of dial it in, but I never quite got like locked in like I've been in some of the previous shows, so that was a bummer. There is a moment in the turn, I don't remember where, I think it might have been the gear, and I think that's when I realized the spoiler thing, where I fell out because I was fiddling with stuff while then not keeping on top of the throttle, which you really have to do for the entirety of this turn. So I just need to be better about that. But I was finally able to get there basically once we rolled out. But there's this moment, as you can see where we roll out, where I fell back a lot because I was just behind the jet and behind the power curve, which was a bummer. But I was able to get more or less in the right spot once you got lined up, and you kind of gave me good warning about what you were going to do, and I was like, who knows what's going to happen once we hit the ground. And it was fine. Like, you called the boards, I fanned the boards, and then I tossed out my spoilers once I thought this is the point where I go blasting past him, and I didn't. And then you added brakes. You kept saying all these brake noises, and I was kind of feathering them lightly and staying right with you. And I was like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. So I'm not saying you've got more, because I maybe a little bit more than what I was doing, and I would have locked them and skidded, but it didn't feel like I was doing that much brakes, and I was able to stay well with you.
We were maybe 5 to 10% off of skid.
Yeah.
As we got to the end of that one.
Yeah. But I think it's different between you and me.
I don't know
not
why, but yeah.
us personally, but I think the second jet in the formation has a different setting for that, because of the way that the turns in the taxi work and stuff like that. I'm confident. When you call that coming right, no power, that part of the taxi path, and I'm at 65% and on the brakes. Because if I don't, you just walk away from me
That's so
with no
weird.
power. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I was able to stay right with you, which was great. But this maneuver is a maneuver. The section formation landing is a D. I can do much better.
Alright, taxi back was pretty good. I would consider this to be solid. If I were to grade this, it would be a B plus because we got a little bit wibbly wobbly on the straightaway, and then I was a little slow to my angle on the final turn.
I am also going to grade it as B plus. This is the best taxi I've ever done. There's plenty of little polishy things, but overall, good mover.
Dude, it looks so good. It looks so good. Your turn is so good. You're line abreast for once. That's so cool. Not complaining at all. It's so hard to taxi in the A4. But like genuinely, it looks really good. Alright, tape. Let's see if we make it past the second Fortis in my replay.
It'll be interesting to find out. Roger is losing his mind. I do not know what his problem is. Stupid cat. I love him dearly, but my gosh, he is so whiny.
Dude,
Hold
hopefully
on,
the
hold on.
stream...
I'm gonna go get him.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get him.
Shouldn't keep skipping this. We need to see the startup. I keep skipping the startup and I'm realizing that I shouldn't do that. That's part of the show.
All right, I'm here again. Now he's been whining, but he doesn't want to come because he's a cat. Man, this Showsite looks great.
Yeah, we need to see if we can do some tweaks to the parked jets again.
What about them?
Canopy up.
Oh, those kinds of tweaks? Yeah. Okay. It's just a matter of finding the right arguments. Yep.
See if there's any ladders or anything we can do.
Oh my gosh. This guy, can you hear him?
No.
Good.
Ooh, canopy down was good timing. We didn't move like idiots. I actually got my briefing kneeboards in.
Oh my gosh, this
Good splits. Good job. Startup was good. Startup was good. Good shows.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Stinking cat.
Stop being annoying. Stop being annoying. Come in here and get your pets. Come and get your love. Come on. I'm not going to shut the door. I'm just going to kind of shut it a little bit because Catherine's trying to sleep, you mongrel.
It was really funny. So as we were taxiing out, you were sounding weird on your responses, and I was like, something's wrong. So I had to ask. I was like,
no, I'm glad you did. I was going to ask you once you gotten to the parking spot, the hold short, that if you could tell me that particular switch position, because I remember that being a problem before. But anyway, on to the things.
I like the lighting much better for the replay.
Good.
Just a hair slower of a roll than it used to be.
I think that's good though. Looks
Very
nice.
slow on that one. I don't like it. The climb is not good, so work to do. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. Good timing.
Cool.
A little dangerous, but you know.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they were this tight in real life, which is terrifying. Oh, Oh, that's so cool.
There we go. Nice.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Cool. All right, cool. It doesn't feel like that in the jet. It feels very wobbly, but it looks good, so I'll take it.
Ready, hit it. Alright. Get over the top here.
Overrolled it.
Nice. Nice, good to clear.
Yep, yeah, that's good. Solid.
Where is me? Go. Time for the nif edge. It's very early. Probably about a second early. But good altitude. Right over center point. Landing clear. Inverted. See how it goes. And ready, hit it. It's pretty good.
Yep, not too bad. Little under roll.
Little under roll, little drop. But then nice and flat. Nice. Good altitude. Half right. And then just didn't quite get to it early enough.
Yeah, same on my end.
But it looks flat. So, as in like had the right rudder in.
Yep.
That's good. It's weird to rudder towards the ground, but you know.
Yep.
You do what you gotta do. Alright, Blivet number 1. Spokes on. Power's added. Good altitude.
Oh,
Really good.
sick. I was unsure of that this entire show.
You've hit it so far. Alright.
Felt like I was a little high every time, but it's been good.
There he is.
Meanwhile,
I should have watched your thing.
got a spin. Yeah,
I
you should have watched
your
that spin.
thing. Sorry, I forgot about it. Oh.
It would have looked even weirder in the tack view or the track file.
It looked weird in my tack view, dude. There we go. And there's the hide the jet. Vernos. A lot harder.
Oh, this one was so good.
A lot harder in the A4 than in the 18.
I just don't have the sight picture yet.
Well, also it's just smaller. So like.
Yeah. Oh, that was a nice rollout too.
Yeah, dude, you did great.
That looks good.
Huge drop. Look at that nonsense. Alright. That's terrible, dude.
It's a bummer when you're that one have to push.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's okay. I knew that. It's like, well, as long as I don't get too low, and I can sort of see the ground from what I'm looking at.
A little behind.
Yeah, a little behind.
Nothing happening. All right. Jets number 2.
Yep.
Oh. Make sure that we can actually see things when they happen. So I'll scooch a little forward here. I'm glad I did the full checklist because there were some things that I would have missed.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the slaps reminder.
I always forget it.
I think that'll be one of your responsibilities, given the fact
Mhm.
that it's in your your startup checklist.
Well, because you were running the checklist, I had time to think about what's not on it. Cool.
There we go. That's better. But the underroll, yeah, that underroll. I didn't quite get level.
All right, that one was just a smidge early. You want to see just the back end of the turn.
Yep. Lights on for the, because I thought we were going straight into the Fortis. Oh, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Super dangerous, but really cool.
That's how he did it in the video.
I
That's
know,
what I'm
dude.
aiming for.
I
That's
know.
the closest I've been. Just needs to be a little more stable, which is so effing hard.
I understand, dude. I'm pulling a little back and a little left before I take off in the thing. Otherwise, it like leans over forward right when it's on the ground.
Yep. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, and I actually kind of tap with one wheel to see where the ground is.
Here's 6.5 over the top.
Yeah, I think that slightly slower roll still works because it's easier to hit the. Because like the reason why that's so hard to do is because you're coming back down the hill and your airspeed's changing so much. The way that's a little low. Okay,
A little
cool.
overbank there, yeah.
Noted.
And I don't think the overbank was just in my replay.
No,
It's
it
on the
probably was not.
altitude. Alright, I had to do a crazy dive in for this one because I wasn't ready for the blivet. I decided that I was going to do it about 2 seconds before I said so. Before I asked you. It's like, oh, we could do a blivet. I was getting ready to like power up and be in nice altitude and a center point. It's cool, dude.
So far, this is alright.
Blivet over the top. Yeah, I think we're getting in a nitpick zone, dude, which is cool. Alright, where are you? Ooh, oh. What?
Oh, just early.
That's crazy. It's the closest
Alright, I
we've
gotta
been,
go.
dude. That's the
I gotta go
closest
look.
we've been.
I gotta save that. Yeah.
You gotta look.
What?
You gotta look at the tape for this one and see
Yep.
what your sight picture was.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the closest we've been.
Gotta call it.
That's nuts. All right. This is rejoin. Hooks down. Coming right. He didn't. I didn't hide the jet, he says. And here he is, hiding the jet.
It wasn't as good.
It's not as good, but you still hit the jet. You didn't give yourself the credit you deserve.
That's okay. Yeah. I just didn't feel like I was flying well.
I'm your brother. I'll find ways to criticize you while complimenting you at the same time.
Thank you.
All right, that was better.
My gear is late. I think that might have been where the spoiler thing happened. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh.
Probably.
I have
Yeah.
cat hair in my mouth. Roger, this is
Wow,
all
you
your
are
fault.
slow, dude. Here we go.
Yeah, because you're doing this at like 250, right?
Yep.
I'm a little behind again. You ready for this?
That was good. That was a good formation roll. Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go. So then I
Is
punch
the
the
replay going to
power.
end here? Nope. We
Oh.
got lucky.
Jeez, look at that. That's horrifying.
I was adding power the whole maneuver. We still were only at 250. All right, so finally get to a lab.
Canopy.
Oh, yes, a canopy loop. Canopy roll. Canopy loop would be terrifying.
They did them
I know they did.
instead of the blivet.
I know. Oh,
Then I was too close. And then I was out.
Know the
So.
feeling.
Wink. And there's a certain kind of out that you get into in the A4 that you can't fix.
Cannot.
Like in the F-18, you can.
I mean, A4 you can too, but it's extremely dangerous.
Well, you got to be on top of it. Like as soon as you get out, you got to be already ahead of the jet enough to be back in the right profile. There's the climb. I didn't need to dive there. I was just afraid you were going to sink. It was an overreaction to nothing.
Not see anything for a bit. Yeah, I did. Jeez, look at me overreact. Hey, but you did really good to stay in. I should have just horked it. You would have been fine. I was trying to be nice. Alright. Possible collision number 2.
Jeez. Though, in fairness, in F-18 cockpit videos, it feels like they're that close. Because as long as they do the maneuver at the same time and they actually have nose-to-tail separation, they won't hit.
Correct.
Just hella dangerous.
Overroll. I mean, it's just maths, man.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke on. Here we go. 4 points. 1, 2.
So why?
Underrolled 3.
Mm-hmm. The height was the last of my concerns because of the roll to inverted was so bad on mine. The slow roll. Burn.
Let's see how this looks. Good roll in. Yeah, that's more like it.
Looks cool. Yeah.
Yep. Very slow, very roll. Yeah, dude, that's more like it, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. Yep, that's what that needs to be. B. Solid B.
I'll stick with you until the rejoin, because I'm too far out. Smoke on. Have you noticed?
I was also too close to you on this.
Have you noticed the weird phenomenon of the fact that when you're following lead, you get ahead of him on going up these hills for these loops?
Yep.
It's so weird. You have to ease power out as you're going up, and you know that lead's not touching anything.
Mm-hmm. But you gotta bring it right back in, otherwise you get too far behind.
Yep. Alright. Nothing to see here. Just two guys going way too fast down a hill.
So this looks like a diamond loop, not a line of brass loop. And if it had been, I would have been more or less in the right spot.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we bottomed out like 8G. I was watching the G meter like, don't cut over 8.5, please, please.
There it is. Probably a little long on the smoke, but I do like it slightly longer like that.
Yeah. Alright, 8 point. So overbanked 5. I'm gonna climb.
It's cool though.
Yeah. It was definitely not one of my best. But I like the flat profile better.
The flat profile is good. You were pretty snappy on each of the points, and it was very measured all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You know the guy screwed up when he shortens 8.
Yep. A little low. Okay.
A little over bank. It's so hard to get that low.
I agree. I didn't. It's very nose low.
No, what I meant is like The rollout level.
Oh, yeah.
There's me, blind. I'll get ahead. I got there.
Yep. Nice.
Not enough drive.
Getting there.
Yeah, dude. See, I can do this.
Uh-huh. Nice. Good work.
And push out. Yeah, okay. That's gonna work. Yeah, dude.
Very nice. And you can't tell that I dropped and you didn't on that roll.
And I get right. This is gonna happen. I'm gonna get it at some point. Yes. I could be 4 forward. That's crazy. I think I'm gonna try and shoot for like essentially line of breast Z-axis on you for the clear.
Okay.
Like canopy to canopy, because I think the parallax is gonna make that look like I'm in formation.
You're probably right, because we're crowd left at that point.
Uh-huh. It's gonna be fun. But that means that I can get more or less line of breast for the hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Adjustments being made. Here we go.
Nice. You're just in. That's lovely.
Yeah. It's so much easier in the A4 to do.
Wicked high. Oh yeah, the attitude, like the bank is so much easier.
And the 18 is all over the place and tons of rudder and nonsense in that roll.
And like pull and push and stuff too.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it's because the A4 is so small. Like in the 18, you're so far out there. Yeah, dude, this is the best form I've ever flown in the A4. Around like that whole sequence.
That's nice. Yeah, that looked really good. Well done, sir.
A little low. Little low. The right line of breast. Yeah, I need to be more decisive on that roll. Alright, it's time for the dirty clean loop.
I was so late on this. Alright. See what it looks like though. Yeah, I'm so far back.
Mile and a half. No, you're 2.5 miles back.
Nah. It was like a mile. I was over the stadium when you started going up the hill.
There he is. I'll try and keep him in frame, folks. Yeah, you would have had to have pulled the highest G loop you've ever seen in your life.
I mean, I had the stick in my lap. I couldn't pull any more over the top. It just, the airspeed
goes the
slowed down enough. I forgot.
Oh,
Jeez.
jeez. Let me tell you.
Man, I was really unhappy with this show, but it doesn't look too bad. I was really late on that maneuver, but
Alright. Scooch. Here we go. Flying a convertible now. You punch the canopy off on the 18, it's a little bit louder. You punch the canopy off on this thing, and like these jets are loud.
that's where you got ahead of me because of the power adjustment.
And I'll fan a little bit of boards, trying to get back in. there's the board's call, and suddenly I just overtake and get underneath you, and I'm like, all right, we're just gonna make a safe decision.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping to get in right around here, couldn't do it.
Yep. I've been there, man. I was there a couple times this show. I needed to start coming right earlier. That's actually the solution to this. Not right faster, just right earlier.
That was
Ooh.
me. Yeah, that was me being like, we're gonna do wing to tail if I'm not careful. So I had to I had to push out.
Yeah, nice. Good.
It's
Smart
like-
decision.
I was trying to get in halfway around the turn. I was like, bro, just go recollect. Just
Turn was
recollect.
really tight.
Just take your time. Go get back in. He's not going anywhere. There we go. Finally got locked in. Now we've got the rotating around the single axis thing.
I remember coming over the top of this being like, well, what am I going to use as my center point reference? I was like, oh, just center point because I screwed up this loop.
Am I on or what?
Very nice.
Well, actually, that means I'm right, but you know.
We are right. They were like,
Yeah.
what, 2 right on the initial hit?
So it makes sense why it looked the way it did. Alright.
Nice. Not too bad.
I didn't do more dead reckoning on that one. I just look over at you, like once we hit 2 miles, and just lock in that way. Because unlike the
I've
18 where I can do it purely on math, in the A4 it's a lot.
You don't have the telemetry
No,
that you'd need.
No, you don't have the info you need to do it on math.
In the 18, when I've done it, which is not nearly as often as you by like a factor of 100, but the couple times I've been able to get pretty close just by flying you visually from about 2 mile mark. Behind you. There it is. Did I figure it out? I did not. Okay, whatever. This is hot garbage.
Yeah, you're definitely doing me visually based on the timing. I think you could just BFM this.
Probably.
Like you've got the timing down as far as like the rollout and everything. It was just the distance.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're at the point where you can start working that in.
Yep. No, definitely. It's a good thing there aren't any other jets in this formation, because I can slowly work it in from about the mile marker, and you can't tell that I'm out of position because no one else is there.
There's the push up.
And then I'm like out of position and I know it, so I'm just like, ah.
A little late on the smoke call. Alright. Got the boring stuff out of the way here.
And not that boring. Wee!
It's my speed thing going on. Good gear timing. Nice lazy turn. I thought for sure was too flat, and it turns out it wasn't flat enough. Alright. Yeah, I had to make that slight correction to get back online. And we were so high. Like, look how high we are. Usually we're like,
That's
it
true,
looks like
yeah.
we're scraping the stadium. I was like,
There's the push right there.
push! Good catch.
It's crazy what the spoilers do.
They're a cheat code, is what they are. Like, that it defies the laws of physics, what happens when you put them out.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's probably like 4 or 5 G of row.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot I had a freeze, and I was like, I hope when this comes out that I'm still in a good spot, and I was, but it was just like,
And the alligator mouth. Yeah. Nice. I had enough time and mental energy to turn off the taxi light on that straight, too. That was... The past few times, I haven't had the mental energy to do that. I love to do all that on the runway, but I just don't have... I'm not ahead of what's going on enough yet. There's me and my convertible.
Yep.
Well, clear at center point. Come over here. Hang out with the crowd. Cue the engines. There is something really cool when all 6 come down the line like that in A4s.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we're ever going to do a reverse show in the A4, but if we do, there's so much that I have to talk to you about.
Good luck. I mean, same going the other way, man. I don't even know how to do half the things you're doing in this thing.
Hey, look at us not twisting the front tire.
I didn't, normally I look at you, and I didn't. I looked dead ahead. So I just, like, I have a general sense of where I am relative to the chief, and I'm just gonna stay focused on the guy ahead of me. Yeah. Well, yours was better than mine, but not a bad show, all things considered. Hey, there's a image.
Still one of the old ones. It hasn't picked up the new ones yet. Something must be going on with the way OneDrive's syncing them.
Huh.
Whatever.
Interesting.
But yeah. That is a show from us, folks. We felt really bad about it. It looked fine. Welcome to the life of an airshow pilot. We hope to see you next time. We're not sure when it's going to be. We'll figure it out. But until next time,